Hi, everybody. Welcome to this full moon reading with the fabulous Dr. Michael Lennox, our astro wizard here at the Oracle Circle. We're going to do the full moon in Virgo reading, and then we're going to pick cards together. Okay, so here we go. Take it away, Michael.
All righty. I love this full moon. I love the Virgo full moon and the Pisces full moon because the Virgo Pisces continuum is all about spirit entering the body. Virgo is all about the precision of being in a body and the health and the moving parts of things and the details and the structure. And then Pisces is the energy of oneness, unity, the void, and the field of infinite, potentiality out of which all things are created. So that when we're in the full moon in Virgo, our conscious awareness, the sun, the solar mansion, is in the direction of unity, connection, empathy, forgiveness, and spiritual oneness. That's what we're aware of when we're in the Pisces mansion. So when we're in the Virgo full moon, the opposite sign, we're then integrating that idea of, okay, I'm now aware that we are all one. I am aware that forgiveness and compassion is the way to go. I am aware that unity is the leading force of this consciousness experience that we're having. And then the Virgo full moon says, can I integrate this into my embodiment? Do I know this oneness, that is an abstract concept with a sun in Pisces in my body? So that's the overall Pisces Virgo continuum that I just look forward to every year because it's an opportunity to really upgrade your spiritual fitness and your spiritual connection, release and let go of the things that inhibit that. Because every full moon we're letting stuff go, and celebrating with gratitude all of that embodied spiritual consciousness that we have generated so far. Now, of course, there are other meanings of the Virgo archetype that aren't about your spiritual practice, but being, this is what I live for and what you live for, and we're teaching and holding space for other people to deepen their own spirituality. But certainly Virgo is about health, organization, the way we manage our day-to-day lives and the things we have to attend to in order to keep life in a body working, whether it's your to-do list or your spiritual fitness. Virgo is about all of those details. One of the things that makes February kind of intense is that we've got the first of the big squares of the year between Saturn and Uranus, the teacher and the reckoning and the unexpected, anything can happen conflict of the year that's designed to wake us up to a higher level of functioning. Saturn, tells us we, have a demand to show up for the lessons we need to learn. And Uranus says, and while we're doing that, let's wake up to something higher. So that energy precedes this full moon by about a week. So the capacity to release in this full moon has that sort of upgrade conflict energy built into it. So if we don't get knocked on our asses too badly by the energy of Saturn and Uranus in a square, we're going to be fine, kids. We get an opportunity in this particular full moon to really go deep around what we're ready to let go of, the things that we know are in our way, and maybe even the things we don't know that are in our way, right? That's one of the things that people have to grapple with, is sometimes we don't know how we're standing in our own way of, rising to a higher level of our functioning. But during this particular full moon, Mars, the planet of the body and embodiment and actions and how we, choose to, it's the walk, the walk planet. There's the walk and the talk. Mars is the walk. Mars is going to be in a trine this full moon with Pluto, the depths of us, the underbelly. The Lord of the underworld says, hey, hide all your shadow in here. I got a basement. It's enormous. So Mars in a trine with Pluto in this full moon is like opening up the trap door to the basement of your psyche and say, I am comfortable going into those shadowy depths enough so that in the spirit of the full moon's capacity to help me release what might be standing in the way of me being able to embody my best and highest spiritual mojo in this life, in this body, Mars trine Pluto allows us to go deep, to go into territory of awareness of shadowy stuff that we got to let go of more comfortably than we might otherwise be. So to add the sort of last sort of like yummy about this full moon is the presence of Venus, who she was no slacker in the new moon 2 weeks ago. And now she's moved far enough to be in Pisces, a sign of her exaltation. She loves being in Pisces because Venus is love, and Pisces knows no inhibition to love. That's the beauty of the Pisces mansion, is it's all love because it's all one. We are all one in that mansion. And Venus and the sun are going to be conjunct in this full moon. So the power of release and the power of expressing gratitude for what we've already created has the power of love built right into it. So between Mars and Pluto allowing us to feel comfortable in the darkness, we've got the light of love shining, her beauty all over this lunation as well. So it's got a lot of depth and height in the world of, gravitas and expressions of love as an embodied,
do you think
concept.
Do you think this full moon is also about forgiveness?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Forgiveness is a Pisces mansion consciousness. And Venus in Pisces knows only forgiveness. There's no inhibition to forgiveness. I teach forgiveness. It's one of my curricula. And it's just sort of amazing to hear people tell stories before they take the class, if they're considering taking a class, about how much resistance people have. It's like, I'll forgive, but not that. I'll forgive, but not her. I'll forgive, but maybe not today. And, Venus in Pisces says, I'm ready to forgive now. I'm always ready to forgive.
And that also releases us even in the body, because that's, right. The Virgo is the body, correct?
Yep.
Is that like we bring it? So when we carry resentment, it stays in our bodies, right? So it's in there. It's like a trauma that keeps re-traumatizing. With resentment, we keep drinking poison, hoping the other person's going to feel sick, right? So what do you think of these questions for everybody for this full moon? And you tell me if we can change them if you want. So the first one I got was, how do I move out of my own way?
I love it. Perfect.
And then the next one is, what do I need to release so I can up level? And I don't hear you excited about that one, so we might change it.
Okay. Well, I love the question. I want to add up level my ability to embody my spiritual nature or my higher.
Okay,
it's not a random up level, right?
My higher nature.
Specific up level about being able. Remember, spirit, flesh. Pisces is spirit. Virgo is flesh, and so what we want to up level to being able to
my highest
channel more, up level to be able to channel more spiritual energy in our daily embodiment or something.
So what do I need to release so I can up level to my highest nature?
Perfect. I love that.
Sure. And then the last one is, how can I fully forgive? Oh. Right. We're nuts. Okay, full moon. Here we go.
That's so beautiful, honey. That's just perfect and so simple.
So simple. Okay, let's do the first one. How do I move out of my own way? So remember, the card will tell us something, and the how is like, okay, it'll tell us what to do, what to think about, what to contemplate. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Home. So isn't that interesting? So know yourself. Right? How do I move out of my own way? Are you at home in your skin? So that's like in your body. Be at home in your body. Get out of your head so much, which we just spent a month in, like really the beginning part of February was in the head. And this is get into your body, get the home. You are in your body. You reside in your body. This is the temple. Go there. And then you'll be able to recognize yourself by how your body feels. If you're in your way or not in your way. I think that's be embodied, and the body will tell you.
Yeah, yeah, I
Right?
love that. The body is the only aspect of our consciousness that exists only in the present moment.
Yeah. And that's how our intuition works through our body too. We actually experience our intuition through this filter of our body, the physicality of, oh, that feels like this here, and oh, that feels right there, and so it's the instrument through which our intuition and our higher senses operate through, because we're here to embody, spirit's taken on a body, so it's important. Next one is, what do I need to release so I can up level to my highest nature and download more spiritual stuff?
Thank you. That's what I wanted, and that's the coda. Perfect.
Get more spiritual. How do I get more spiritual? That's right. So what do I need to release so I can really embody my spirituality? Let's see. Oh, sad embrace upside down. Okay, in this deck, sad embrace in the protection position is you feeling like a victim. So you need to, in order for you to embody your highest nature and really embody your spiritual self, you have to let go your attachment to your victim story, even if you are a victim, right? It's the constant litany of stories that you tell, or that all of us tell, that basically says, oh, I'm not doing well. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's like saying, no, you're getting too attached to this. So it's saying, rise up above that. Let that story go. And that is what you need to release this full moon in order for you to embody your spiritual nature, is let go your ego story. Beautiful. Isn't that wild? Can't make this.
It's crazy. It's always crazy.
I know. How can I fully forgive? How can I fully forgive? Mark, do you want to pick a card? No, you want me to do it. Okay. He's behind the camera. Zzz. Gentle Gardener. I love this card. Oh, I didn't put it there. Should I put the other card there too, Mark? No, okay. So the Gentle Gardener is all about the integrity of your seeds that you plant in the ground. So how can I fully forgive is you absolutely radically accept what you planted. If you planted a weed, if somebody else came and planted a weed, you allow it to be what it is. It's called radical acceptance. So that you don't try to change that, you change yourself and your perspective and your perception and how you see this thing. So instead of seeing something that hurts you, you could look at it like it's medicine. Like, how can I use this for the highest good? And how can I let this go by allowing it to be what it is? Because oftentimes when we are out of forgiveness, or when we need to forgive, it's because we are creating this story around the ouchie that has occurred, and we're still hanging on to it, and we're feeding it like we're feeding a weed, right? So if there's a garden, now weeds will choke the life out of the flowers. So we do want to weed the garden, but we recognize that a weed is allowed to be a weed. We don't say, you are not a weed, you're a banana, like it's a weed. So that's the radical acceptance. My garden has weeds. Oh, I'm accountable for the fact that my garden has
weeds. Yes. Oh my God.
And isn't that Virgo, right? The health of the garden, right? It's the health of the embodiment of our lives. It's like our life is a field of dreams. It's a garden. And we are accountable to take care of that garden and know what is what in the garden without having an opinion about it. Like a weed isn't bad or good or anything. It's just a weed. So it's like an action that has created harm is an action that's created harm. So how does one move into something new from that? So that's I fully forgive by radically accepting what is. Right? Because you don't accept it. That's the other thing. I don't accept what you did, blah, blah, blah.
Right. And how can you move into the forgiveness piece if you don't pass through the portal of acceptance? And I think we have to add the radicals, moniker, because it requires you to go above and beyond to demand that you accept it.
Or even not even above and beyond, but deep in the ground.
Yeah.
Right? It's a root. You have to go to its roots. Radical is the root of something, right? So go down there, because ultimately, if you're engaging in that like lack of forgiveness, it's because something in you, it's unhealed. It's not about the other person. It's about your perception and story about you. and what you made that mean. Right. So this is a deep, even though it says, how can I fully forgive, is recognize, radically accept that something has meant something to you, and now you are accountable to changing that. Like take the weed out of the garden for a healthier garden, but now the weed can be made into mulch, right? You put the weed in the compost, you don't throw it, like it's going to become something useful for you. Right. Geez, I'm brilliant.
I concur.
You say so. That's so funny. I love doing this. Anyway, this is an awesome full moon. I actually love this full moon too, and I love it in the Pisces time. It does feel like a culmination, even though we tend to do that at the end of December. We start a new year in January. It does feel like the end of the year for me and the beginning of something when Aries starts, because it's such a vast difference between, once we head out of Pisces and into Aries, right? And we're just in
Which
it.
is the astrological new year, certainly. So yes.
And you feel it. Anyway, thank you again, darling, Dr. Michael Lennox. Everybody, you know how to find him, michaellennox.com. And we're going to see you in the next lunation for our fabulous conversation all about new and full moons. Mwah! Love you guys. See you soon. So did you love that full moon reading? Well, I did. Did you love it? Oh, yes, you did. So listen, that's just a taste of what you could have and experience in my Oracle Circle membership. We do full moon readings, new moon readings, numerology for the month. I do live monthly, 2 times a month. I do spirit jams where I do mediumship and readings for people in the audience, bring you up on video and everything. It's wild. And we have so much more gorgeous, beautiful meditations and right? Oh, we just love it. Anyway, you want to join me? Go check it out and click the link and you'll learn more about what you could experience in my fantastic, friendly community, the Oracle Circle membership. See you there.